Candylands Journey review. Can this game hit the sweet spot or does it hit the sour notes?
Overview. A 2D side-scrolling platformer with multiple wands and puzzles where you need to return a stolen gem back to the magical university. The good. Lovely pixel art and a short game. The not so good. There's a lack of information and very little story. Story. You play as a young witch who attends a magic university. You witness the pastry witches stealing the heart of magic, which in turn sets you off on a journey to rescue this gem from the evil witches. Gameplay. With reactive controls and multiple wands to choose from, like most platformers, your objective is to get from point A to point B whilst collecting the coins and gems. Unfortunately though, there's very little in the way of instructions or explanations anywhere. This means you don't know what you're doing is correct or not. There are power-ups in the form of hats that you wear to assist your journey. Outside for 3 of them, super jump, speed and levitate, I can't really say what they all did, as they seem to have very little effect on the character. Your character is responsive, but the jump is a little spongy. I also found a bug on the puzzles where you can jump too early and it doesn't register the input, which is very frustrating. It's also the same for some of the bouncing mushrooms. The enemies are very simple too. Too simple. To be honest, they don't really offer much challenge. This could be a good thing if you wanted to get a child into 2D platformers, but as an adult, there's very little difficulty. Boss battles are similar, there aren't any stages to the fights, which means the patterns stay the same. Short of the first pattern you learn, this leaves you feeling flat. Without the challenge, there's no buzz that you'd often associate with boss fights. Visuals, design and music. The pixel art is really well done. The level design is fun, but too repetitive. The hardest platforming is frustrating rather than difficult. There's some great nods to Sonic and Mario with hidden areas and traversing the maps, but ultimately these hidden areas are too obvious and easy to get to. The game also suffers from a lack of information. I didn't realise you could even change the wands until the 5th level. When in the shop, there was no description to the items that you were buying. There are icons which helped, but the shop still wasn't clear. Because of this, I found the need to backtrack to the first 5 levels at the end of the game. This is because you need all 16 puzzle pieces to access the final level, but it doesn't tell you that. Music wise, it isn't bad, but it isn't good either, it's just a little bit too repetitive. Performance on the Switch is flawless. The loading times are short with a smooth frame rate throughout. It's not the most taxing game for the system though, and outside of the bug with jumping I mentioned earlier, it's absolutely fine. Value. The game is currently priced at $8.99 on regional equivalents. It's around 2 to 3 hours in length. Honestly, this feels expensive. I think $4.99 would be more suitable for this kind of game. Score breakdown. Story, 2 out of 10. There's not much story. You see a witch, she steals a diamond. I can't really say anything else because there's nothing to say. Gameplay. It's okay. It's not unfun, it's just quite simple and it could be more challenging. Visuals, design and music. As said, the visuals and level design are fantastic. They definitely pull the score up quite a lot. Music repetitive, so I did round it down a little bit for that. Performance, 6 out of 10. Could rank it higher, however, there isn't anything that is absolutely astonishing about this, and with that little bug, I've got to knock it. Value, 2 out of 10. Final verdict. I didn't hate this game, but I feel like it doesn't know its own identity. The level design pulls the score up quite a bit. If you have children and you want them to play a kind and forgiving modern take on the classics, then play it with them. Ultimately, that's the identity crisis. Too simple and easy for adults, and too ambiguous for children without experienced gamers to help. Ultimately, I think they missed the sweet spot by some margin and they should have aimed it towards either end of the market, not getting caught up in the middle.